Good afternoon, everyone. It's your baby boomer, Kitty Lane, from the Peninsula in Virginia. And welcome to another Create and Relate. First of all, I would like to say thank you, hello, and thank you to all of my subscribers. I would also like to thank everyone who has commented. I'm trying to get to answer everyone. I've not reached the status where I can't do that yet. So it's interesting. I appreciate the comments that I've received. We're gonna try to see if we can get through this without yawning today. I am very much alert. I have had a fantastically busy morning, which is why I'm in the afternoon recording this. I guess I usually do it either in the morning or at night, but I had some time, so I figured I would hop on, do my thing, and get back to what I was doing. I recently went through some things that threw me way off track financially, and it was due to the negligence of a government agency. And no matter how much I tried to contact this agency, they don't return phone calls, they don't send out letters unless it's something they want, and they have failed miserably in getting back with me. And it threw me into a tailspin. Oh my God, it threw me into a whirling financial downfall. So I decided when I got up this morning, I was going to try to contact these people again. I was going to give them the benefit of the doubt. And doubt stepped in and said, why bother giving them the benefit? There is something else you can do. And that's what I'm going to need you to get to. So I reached out to my Congress. I feel like such a big girl. I did. I wrote my congressman a letter. And they've received it and agreed to take this on. So, and I told them, what I'm looking for is for them to replace what they've taken away from me and to do their job and cover what needs to be covered. And I want an apology in writing. I do. I want them to get off their lazy buns. And the whole point of it is it's proving what I've said since turning 60. Once you reach a certain point in life and people see you, they see the gray hair, they ask for ID, so they see that I'm 60. I become expendable to them. And that's not fair as a human being. I got a lot of life left. At least I feel like I do. And they are not the ones who say whether or not I'm looked over, dispensed, thrown away, avoided. And the customer service here in the city where I live, and for the most part, there are some places that are really good, but for the most part, the customer service here, this particular government agency, and a few other places have really dropped the ball. They have. And they've not made me feel welcome into my senior years, welcomed as a customer, spending money in these places. And I'm sorry, but my Andrew Jackson looks just like everybody else's. It buys the same amount of commodities as everyone else's. It applies to my bills just like everyone else's. So why should I be treated differently? Why should I be looked over? Why should I be cast aside? Why should you put me in the category of feeling devalued? Why do I have to feel less than because you don't see me as important enough? Regardless of what you cause in my life. And I decided this morning I'm worth all of that. And a box of Cracker Jacks with a good price inside. I'm worth it, y'all. In the meantime, I finished. I finished my baby. I've been working hard on her, and she is finally done. I am so happy. That's only half of it. And I'm thrilled. I am thrilled. Um, hey baby, I had a lot of yarn left. I was able to make a cake and a half out of the variegated, and I didn't even have to touch the other solid. So I know that I have plenty to make the bag that goes with it, and I'm excited about that. I really am. I have since started on and got a fairly decent way with the next one. This one I'm going to name Speed Bumps because I have grown in love with the texture. I've grown in love with the front post double crochet and the back post double crochet on this one. I guess you can see that my rows are a little tighter, and then they're going to start spreading out as we go out, you know. And I got my little pattern in my head. But I mean, when you're using the same stitch, it's really not it is a pattern, but it isn't a pattern. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about me now as far as writing down patterns. And see, that's one that I, would look at knowing that I did it and be like, okay, I did front post, back post until I reached that destination. And then I did a row of double crochet and then front post until I reached the next destination. And then it becomes 2 rows of double crochet, and then that one will be a back post, and then 2 more rows front post. So that'll be a 6 row repeat, and it'll keep doing that until I get it as big as I want it, and hopefully have enough to make the bag. And I know I have enough to make the. As a matter of fact, I do, because I said that I was gonna turn these panels into bags, so the bag is already done. That's a win for me. And then I'm going to focus on the pink variegated and the green. That's going to be the next one that I get to. And then I'll be going with those 4 pretty colors. Or I might go to the 3-weight blue and white that I have. Blue and off-white. Because it just keeps sitting here staring at me saying, touch me, work me up. So I'm looking into that as well. So yeah, what I wanted to talk about today just a little bit, and it's about especially us who have come to those seasoned years and who are fortunate enough to be involved in social media. Sweethearts, please be wary of scammers. Please, please, please be wary of scammers. No one should be asking you, unless it's a legitimate agency that you know, a legitimate agency, not person, that you know, for information like your social security number, your bank routing number, and account number. Really, some of these people shouldn't even be asking for your phone number or your date of birth. If you tell somebody I'm 60, go with that. If you, I understand it if, like me, I'm into zodiacs, but I'm not into horoscopes. I think I've said it before. I believe there's a certain personality that comes along with the time of year that you're born, but I don't. Horoscopes to me are predictions, and unless you're a prophet, I don't think you can predict. And everybody who makes predictions, if you look at horoscopes, they're so broad. And that to me is their interpretation of a prediction. You're going to have a good day. The weather may determine your day. Well, when does it not determine somebody's day? If you're cloudy skies, your mood may be a little somber. First of all, you said May. My mood may be. So you're really not predicting. You are, please forgive the bags under my eyes. I don't sleep. I want to, but I don't. And I don't sleep in my bed, is what I should say. So I'm not resting. I'm sitting in this chair, and I'll get 30 minutes to an hour, and then I'm up and I'm at it again. And as a matter of fact, my daughter came in this morning to give me love before she left and to go on her way to work. I was sitting in the chair asleep, and I mean, she goes to work at 6 in the morning. So why was I still in the chair at 5:30? But and I don't know if I shared this with you yesterday or not. I baked salmon cakes and salmon steaks, and baked a chocolate cake the day before yesterday. Go kitty, go kitty. I'm so excited and proud of myself. Even though they were items that I didn't have to stand up a very long time for, I was able to stand a little longer than normal. I started experiencing swelling in my feet, ankles, and legs around April 2nd. And they've not gone down. They'll go down a little bit for a day, maybe every 4 or 5 days. But other than that, they are so fat it looks like you can just stick a pin in them and pop them. They just look like ballpark franks. They are so done and so blown up. And the height of the fluid, I say, varies between midway my calf and a quarter of my thigh. You know, some days I feel like I have on socks that are calf high, and sometimes I feel like they're long leg boots that come up over my knees, partially up my thighs. Um, Mobility helps and doesn't help. Mobility helps them not get any bigger, um, but mobility causes a lot of pain. Fortunately and unfortunately, I have a high tolerance for pain. So I'm able to deal with it. Yes, so I have not done any more hats or anything. I do plan to see if I can knock out at least a couple of hats today. I might even do ear warmers today. I'm not sure. I know I said I wanted to make the red, white, and blue hat, but I was looking up craft shows in the area, and everything here is pretty much piped down until um, like September because it's so hot. I don't even know what the temperature is today, except the fact that it's hot. uh, for a while, I would make sure I looked up the temperature every day, and then I kind of stopped. So it's 90 degrees. And it says that by 5 o'clock it will get up to 97. Yeah, not excited about that one. I don't even know what the rest of the week looks like. Tomorrow 86, Friday 83. Either way, I'll still be inside. I don't see a break in that. This goes through Tuesday. And the only break I see is like next Monday when it'll be 80. I don't know if I told you all, but my perfect temperature is 55. There's a lot of me. So there's a lot of me touching me, and that generates heat. But at the same time, I have a fan that runs 24 hours, and I keep my window cracked. So, and I sit here in this chair sometimes, and I'm like, oh my God, it's the heater on, because my vent is like right here, and the window is cracked right here. So I sit here and I'm like, is that vent blowing out heat? And I realize that there's a little gush of wind coming in from outside, and it's hot, y'all. It is hot. It is warm, warm, warm. And they said that this is going to be a miserable summer. So I guess I'll be sitting here talking to y'all a whole lot. But yes, I'm really proud of myself for what I've accomplished today. I am um, going to also try to reach out to a few of you and ask you about coming together. Not in a Zoom call, but those who are in the same area. If we could just come together and do like a meet and greet, have tea, go to Starbucks or something. I don't know. But I would love to meet a lot of you in person. I am a people person, even though I am an extroverted introvert. As much as I love the alone time and the time to think, I like being around people, new people, like minded people. Like, for instance, I love being around my kids and their friends. Um, we laugh and joke about the same things. We have pretty much the same belief system. I mean, if somebody's outside the box, then they are able to think outside of their box enough that they mesh with us. Um, the other group that I'm happy to be around, my poetry group. Hey, we all do poetry. Some of it is happy and upbeat, some of it is tear jerking. But we have something in common. But just to meet random people where there's a lot going on and they don't have a clue as far as my crocheting, my spirituality, one thing that I do get a lot of and I appreciate it is the fact that most of my mobility outside of the apartment is done with my scooter. And sometimes conversations start over my scooter. But after you get about 3.5 to 4 minutes into the conversation, what else can you talk about? It's a scooter. It goes about 8 miles per hour. The battery lasts for 8 hours. I can go anywhere up to X amount of space, X amount of distance and turn around and get home with no problems. As long as I take my charger, I can charge up a little bit. Don't recommend it, but when I'm home, I plug it up, keep it plugged up. It has a cell battery, so it's no such thing as really overcharging it. Once I give you the logistics of the scooter, what more is there to talk about? I got it through my insurance, so I'm really not sure of how much it actually costs, because if you look it up, oh my God, the price range is ridiculous. I've seen them as much as 5,000. I've seen them as little as a few $100 new. So it depends on where you get them from. It's just like a lot of other things. I disagree with the fact that medical items cost so much, but I also understand that a lot of these scooters that are going around out here are not medically needed. It's just people that don't want to walk. If I hadn't seen it and heard it, I wouldn't put that out there like that. But I have seen it and heard it. But I don't judge people either. I mean, if that works for you, then hey, and you can afford it, or it was available to you, then hey, as long as you're not blocking someone else who needs it and getting it. Like, I don't really trip too much. I will look for handicapped parking spaces because I know my limitations. But if they're not there, I'll look for the next closest space. I don't know what these people have going on. I don't. And to judge them would be a fallacy on my part. Maybe they're like me, and a lot of people look at me as I'm standing and they don't see handicap. They see morbidly obese, but they don't see handicap. And they don't know I can't walk further than 200 yards before I have to stop and give my heart a break. My heart condition dictates that, and when they see me lift up a case of water, knowing I'm not supposed to, they have no idea that I'm not supposed to. I'm not supposed to lift anything over 10 pounds. But they don't know that looking from the outside. They only know what they see. And lots of people tend to judge people based on what they see. But like I said, I made the comment about those who really don't need it based on what I've heard and what I've seen. not just seeing from the outside, but the overall picture. I get skin tags. They will come and go. And there's one that comes like right here, and it raises just enough to obstruct my vision. And I always feel like I have something right here. So I'm constantly rubbing it away, and it never goes away. So, um, Juan was recently talking about, was it Juan? I know he said something about another cow. I know Jennifer was talking about a movie themed. Um, I don't think she said cow. I don't know if she said cow or not. But anyway, I've been thinking about something I could do to generate more, possibly subscribers, definitely more views, and just to show a little of my creativity. Uh, but I'll think more on it. I will definitely think more on it and see what I can come up with. Yeah, I will definitely do that. But yeah, I want to do something to contribute. I really, really, really do. And now that we are a little more stable than we were when I first started this, I can get myself in a position where to move my room around like I want to and get my yarn looking better and do what I want to do. I seriously, I want to get all of this gone by the end of the year, hopefully. And then next year, what I'll do in the meantime is start saving towards replenishing this. And hopefully in that time, I can experience some new yarns. So if anybody out there wants to donate some new yarns, just let me know in the comments and we'll exchange information as to how I can receive it. Yeah, because I want to try some new things. I have touched wool that was prickly. I don't think I'm allergic to it. I was itching afterwards, but I think that was more of a mental thing than anything because I have clothing that's wool. And they don't make me itch like that. I understand some of it may be different, but I think it was just a mental thing. But I want to try wools. I want to try. I have only recently heard of alpaca, and that's probably just been this year. Never knew that there was an alpaca yarn and the mohair. Um, from what I've heard, I don't know if that's one I'd care to. I would like to try it because I would like to try all of them, but I don't think that that's one that I would stick with a lot. I know there is a bulky yarn that has like a string in the middle, and then it's just like real puffy on the outside, and it sheds very easily, and it annoys me. I've tried to work with it a couple of times, but it annoys the daylights out of me every time I try. And it's simply because of my OCD that I feel like I have to start a project 5 times. So when you're taking this loose, you're losing pieces of it, you know. But yeah, those are things that I want to do, that I want to try. Like I said, the idea that Lisa was talking about where everybody, send somebody something and you just make whatever with whatever sent to you. Um, and of course, you display it or gift it or, whatever you choose to do with it. I want to, because I love to crochet and I'm always doing something in the course of a day, even when I don't crochet as much as I want to, I am working on or making something. And I know that I've said that my niche is blankets. I love making blankets. I adore making blankets. It's so comfortable to me to get a rhythm going and sit and look at TV or listen to music and just be crocheting my little heart away. My favorite stitch, of course, is the single crochet because of the fact that I do a lot of graph cans, and it's easier for me to incorporate the letters or the designs using the single crochet. Yes, it is time consuming, but it's so worth it when it's done. It really is. It the outcome is so beautiful, and yeah. But like I said, those there it is again, making my hair isn't light. Cause like I said, I got up this morning, hit the floor, and started doing what I had to do. I'm really excited about what I've done today. I am. I think I've done a fabulous job of getting things done, and I'm proud of me. In case you didn't hear, my baby has gotten in from work, and I want to go love on her some and see how her day went. Here again, thank you to everybody for your love and support, all the kind words that I've received, all the words of encouragement. Thank you. One person that I always say, man, I didn't say anything about her, and I look at her a lot. I look at her channel a lot, and that's Thriss. I am super excited uh, to throw a personal shout out to Thriss because you've been an inspiration as well. The two that contact me the most are Thriss and Kiera, and you guys are really great. And it's motivating. It's the positivity is just embracing. I remember one time I popped in on Maureen's channel, my crochet story, and they made me feel so welcome. I mean, I just instantly felt like I was a part of, and it really it felt good. It felt good, and I appreciate that. I never thought that I never felt like crocheting should be an isolated event. I always felt like it should be a community thing. Before I even saw it, when I first started crocheting, I could just envision, friends sitting around and working on different projects or even the same project because no two crafters can craft the same thing alike. Everyone is unique. Everyone is different, whether it's in size or left-handed, right-handed, or yowing from the back as opposed to the front. Yeah, it's. I know lots of people that yarn over from the back, meaning the hook is behind the yarn when they yarn over. Me, I'm front. A lot of tutorials and things that I've watched, and even patterns and teachings that I've read. The needle is the needle is in front of the yarn, and you yarn through. But I know lots of people that they put the needle in the back, and they do it that way. I tried it, not mastered it, not a fan of it, but I can't knock what people do. They have beautiful works. So, if it works for them, like I don't hold my hook or my yarn the way a lot of people do. They wrap fingers, and I grab the yarn and put it over my forefinger, and these fingers control my tension. It's simpler for me. So, yeah. The magic ring annoys me. It does. I don't care how long my tail is. I feel like I'm crocheting off the end of the yarn. And the ring just gets bigger and bigger. And as I try to pull it tight, there's always a hole left in the middle. But that's me. I'm the quirky one. But you guys, I'm not going to hold you. Like I said, I wanted to send love out to those who have shown me love and to the new people and those who are in the future. I appreciate you. I adore you. I love you. And please keep watching. Please, please, please keep watching. I'm going to get a little, as things get better for me, I'm going to be able to put out better content. And just bear with me, please. Somebody said I made them smile. I love that. I'm glad I do. And what else did I want to say? Please don't forget to buy me a coffee. I finished my coffee today. I got to make some more. But yes, please don't forget to buy me a coffee, if you so choose. And we also have a GoFund page set up to kind of help us out. You can read it up. You can read up on it. It's in my main description. And to everyone, lots of love, lots of happiness, lots of peace, lots of sunshine, even if you got to create it yourself. And when you go look in that mirror, that image on the other side staring back at you, make sure you say to that image, every time you face that mirror, I love you. And with every fiber of your being, every fiber of your soul, each and every cell in your body, know that I love you too. You guys have a great day.